Hi, good morning. It's Tanya, the Canadian Stamper, Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator in Victoria, BC, Canada. Welcome to Saturday Morning Crafting. We are using the Hearts of Elegance stamp set, the whole bundle, actually. And so a bundle is the stamp set and the dies, and we're actually probably using the whole suite. Stamp set, dies, designer series paper. I'm looking over at the twine, the gold twine, and the gold hearts that are there too. So we're doing something a little bit different today because I wanted to show like 3 different ways to make cards depending on what your comfort level is with your crafting. So there's going to be a beginner card, a casual card, and an avid card. And then you can tell me if you think the avid card is too busy maybe. So Lance and Christy are having a conversation on a group chat. So I'm interested maybe if my volume is cutting in and out. I put myself on Do Not Disturb, but I don't know if it's gonna cut everything out. So let me show you what we're working on. And then since we're doing 3 cards, we're gonna get started right away because it's 3 cards. Let's do it. Good morning, everybody. I have been up for a bit crafting, and I'm really enjoying using this bundle, this suite. So we've gone over this before, this design, like this bundle and how big this heart is. I think it's like 4 by something. I'm looking over to my left to see if I can find my the project that I did at the Craft and Chat. You would have probably seen it last weekend. No, I don't have it here. I should have been thinking. So this is what the stamp set stamps out. So that's 1 stamp that gives those pieces. And then this is 1st generation and that's 2nd generation. Same stamp, there's just 1. This flower, we're gonna use that today, but that's just 1st generation stamping. And then that's 2nd generation, so that's inking it up, and that's the full strength. And then a 2nd generation is just then stamping a 2nd time right after without inking it up again. And yeah, so you can see all the little pieces. X and O is really sweet. And then there's a to and from. And yeah, so you could use it for Valentine's Day, but there's lots of other uses for it as well. So that's what we're using. I'm just bringing up the comments so I can see you. Here's the designer series paper, which we've gone through before. I'll do it quickly just so you can see, like the gold shimmery goldness. Yep, it's really pretty. So the idea, if you're just joining, the idea today is to make 3 cards, and they are beginner, casual, and avid crafter. Good morning, everybody. Terry and Kyle and Jan. Hi, Kate, Mary, Gail, hello. So I've got all the pieces cut, but of course the pieces, all of the details and things are gonna be in the newsletter tomorrow. So I might actually, I have not crafted since the Craft and Chat last weekend. This is clogged. Hang on. So I don't think that's gonna do it, but let's see. So with the designer series paper, you can always flip it over. All of the card bases are gonna have the same one, so I'm gonna use that. Oh my gosh, I see you in there. There it is. So the kit together is at 10 o'clock down at Serious Coffee in View Royal. If you want to join, bring a kit or something that you want to work on for an hour. Come and have a coffee or a tea. Whoever gets there first, grab the biggest table, if you could. I think there's a few of us going today. So this is cherry cobbler, so I'm doing matchy-matchy with all the Stampin' Up stuff. So for photopolymer stamps, you can use your silicone mat as your I want to say padding, but it's your cushion. So photopolymer stamps are the clear ones, and they need some squish underneath. So this is the beginner card. So a beginner crafter doesn't necessarily have a ton of materials. So we've just got ink, stamp, and paper, which is what we got here. I put the link for the Delightful Wishes class in the comments if you're interested in joining that. Good morning, Wendy. And I'll put the newsletter link. Oh man, I smushed. Did you see that? Geez, it still looks a bit wet actually. Yep, that's not, that's, okay, I'm just going with it because I don't want to cut another piece. I didn't let that dry. Geez, that, it almost actually looks like it's got a, oh, it looks dry now. Anyways, I should let that dry a bit more. It's gonna drive me nuts. But here we go. Cards are sometimes imperfect. I think I'm gonna go down here. Okay, so I'm gonna add some ribbon, maybe. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's not enough. Let's see. What's everybody up to today? I have a house full of teenagers. I think there's 6 of them downstairs. They got pizza for dinner and really struggling with this bow. What else did they have? They were doing, we got home from dinner and one of them came upstairs and he didn't have a shirt on. We're like, what the heck's going on? Why don't you have your shirt on? It's weird. And they were doing a pull-up competition downstairs. Since Christmas, we put like a gym in downstairs with just some basic stuff. And so, yep. I don't know who won, but yeah. All right, so you can fan this out a bit if you want that look. It's kind of a fun thing to do with this ribbon. It's really easy. There we go. And then let's add just a few hearts. So what are these? These are adhesive back heart sequins. So there's 3 different sizes. Maybe I'll just do the same 3. So this is beginner card. That's it, we're done. Simple, simple. Meeting friends for coffee, so we'll miss coffee with you girls. That's all right, Wendy. We'll see you next time, maybe. All right, so there's card 1 done. And now we're gonna go to Casual Crafter. So I'm gonna get this as my cushion. So same as a base. Actually, let me put this one here. Can you see that? Yes. Looking forward to kit together, great. All right, so this time we're gonna stamp on a heart. So I have mounted for us the flower I talked about before. So we're gonna go 1 in the middle, it's very dark, and then we're gonna use another color to fill out the heart. So this pink is Pretty in Pink, one of the in colors. So we're going to just fill in the rest of the heart. So all of this ink is getting on the outside, so don't move a whole bunch of stuff around on your sheet because you'll get ink everywhere. Okay. Dave, what, did I miss a comment? You, Kit together, chores, enjoying first day of retirement. Oh my gosh, Pam, congratulations. That's very exciting. I'm thrilled for you. I think ever since I met you, you had been sort of talking about retirement. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right, so while we're stamping, let's get out a piece. I'm just flipping this over because it's wet. So we're gonna stamp our sentiment. We're gonna go in Cherry Cobbler. We're just sticking with these same two colors for the whole, for all the cards. So this one, we're going to do something different with the sentiment. So you don't have to keep closing your ink pads. They're not going to dry out super fast. When you're working, you can, you know, leave them out for a bit. I don't want to smush this again. I'm just seeing if it's shimmering at all, if it's dry. They won't dry that fast, but depending on the size of your work surface, you might want to close them just so you don't, you know, drop something in them or, you know, touch your hand in it by accident. Yeah, so what else are we doing? So I'm gonna do the kit together here at 10 o'clock. I don't think Lance knows I'm leaving yet. I'm gonna leave him with all the teenagers. I hear them, by the way, they're up, which is surprising actually, because see this smushing again? What the heck is happening? They didn't go to sleep until quite late. Anyways, I think Lance is making breakfast. All right, so we're ready to start assembling. My work surface is wet now. All right, so same or similar on how the base is constructed. What else do I have to tell you about? So Delightful Wishes class link is in the description. Newsletter will be there later so you can get all of the measurements. And trying to decide if I want to pop this up. I don't think so. If you are, oh gosh, it's celebration time. Duh. Anybody got any good celebration things that they're super excited about? So we're gonna do this. Let's pop these up. Where's my dimensionals? So if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, we've got some demonstrator events coming up. Some free events, one online and one in person. So there's also a join special, which I should really post about so people can see what that's about. I'll do that later today. All right, so we're just gonna add these. That's pretty, hey? I think you could do some Wink Estella on there. Whoops. Okay. Then for some reason my smushy sentiment, my Cherry Cobbler doesn't normally do that. Oh, good, Jen, yours Delightful Wishes arrived. Amazing, you'll love it. It's really, well, I loved it. I think you'll love it too. Where's my ribbon? What I meant to do is put this ribbon in behind. All right, so let me show you. So we're gonna, this is tear and tape. So I'm gonna add a touch of tear and tape on the back to hold our ribbon. It's just double-sided sticky tape. And then you're gonna add however much ribbon you think you wanna do. And you can let it loop on itself. So see how that looks? Yeah. That's better. Fold this back. So yes, after the kit together, then I'm gonna go swimming. I went to get my hair done yesterday, and my April at Arc Hair Salon, shout out to April, she's amazing. She's like, yeah, swimming is gonna like destroy all this money you're spending on getting your hair done, like dyeing it. So I gotta get a swim cap. Gotta get a swim cap. Let's do all 3 sizes. This is really cute, if I do say so myself. So this is the casual crafter. Okay, so at the end, I'm gonna ask you, do you consider yourself casual crafter, beginner, casual, or avid crafter? So there's beginner, there's casual. Okay, let's dig into the avid. All right, so let's go over the pieces. Look at that, we're only 9:15. So really, avid is just adding more stuff. That's really the long and short of it. So this is sort of what it's gonna look like. So we have, same base, and I've just added a layer in behind. This is Cherry Cobbler. So same white base, I've just added a layer. And then same white piece, but I've embossed it. And I have, this is a piece of the design series paper, just the other side, and I've ripped the bottom. I think I might just do this underneath actually, like so, for a little accent piece. And then we have some hearts. So from the dies, this one here is this one. So at the Craft and Chat last weekend, we couldn't get this piece out, right, Pam? Like you can, so these things back in here, you can take your pokey tool and push in here to pop the paper out, but it just poked right through the paper. So the trick is you can take the die and put parchment paper and run that through your die cutting machine. And the parchment paper, I don't know, maybe adds like a bit of a film, I guess. And so then the parchment paper, it looked pretty, didn't it, Pam? And I think you gave that maybe to Emma, who is sitting next to you. It almost looked like vellum. Okay, so we're gonna stamp our heart again, similar to this one here. And yeah, so after you put the parchment paper through it, it was fine. It didn't need to, like the image popped out. And if it doesn't work right the first time, then just run it through again. And it will work just fine. So that's if you have paper that sticks in your die and won't come out easily. We're going to a comedy show tonight. Snowed In Comedy Tour, I think it is. Alright, let's get rid of this one and then we'll stamp our sentiment. Okay, so remember we have a bunch of ink around here. Let's get rid of that. I'm nervous about my red now. I'm gonna I should have stamped this first so that it can dry. No cushion under here. Yeah, you're gonna try that on another project, Pam. It was cool. It looked cool, for sure. All right, so we'll set this one aside because I'm not down with the smudging that's happening. All right. So let's get to adding our layers. So to make this avid, essentially we are adding layers and using more tools. So you can add heat embossing. I would consider heat embossing a avid technique. So you could heat emboss this heart or the sentiment. So adding layers, embossing, using more of the intricate dies, and adding smaller elements. Yeah. All right, so that's that. Now I'm gonna put this one under here, and then I might, trying to decide what to pop up. So it's kind of unfortunate how expensive it is to mail things now. So we want to be careful on how much we're popping up so that it stays within, you know, the allowable limit for just a letter. All right. So this one, and then the avid. All right, so do you feel like you're an avid crafter? You prefer the avid, or which one? Casual or beginner? And then we're gonna add our sentiment. Okay, let's try and cut it. No. We're gonna pause. We're gonna let it continue to dry. So let's pop this one, and we'll see how we go here. So this one, so I'm always lining up here to kind of keep things as straight as possible. So I was over in Vancouver on Wednesday. I don't know if you caught my story on Facebook, but I go over and have, it's kind of too bad that I'm gonna cover that. Pretty red. Oh well, such is life. Went over and had my back procedure done. So if you've been following along, you probably know I broke my back in 2 places many, many moons ago. So I go over to Vancouver about every 9 months. And don't be super heavy-handed with glue because it's already like perforated, you know, so you don't want it to come through too much. And yes, I broke my back at T5 and T7. So right at the bra line and then just above from there. So there were burst compression fractures to T5 and T7, which means that they, when I went headfirst off my motorcycle into the side of a car, it crushed, and then the vertebra went like this. So they're each in about, I don't know, one was in 4 pieces and the other was in 6 pieces or something. I don't recommend it. And yeah, so what happened was I was actually on my way to have my hearing tested for my RCMP application because I wanted to be a police officer. And somebody pulled out in front of me, and then I couldn't stop in time. So I went head first into the back of the car. Anyways, years later, it was just super painful, always. So they tried different things, and anyways, so then now they do this thing is called an ablation. So they go in with a needle, if you saw the photo in my story there, and they, there's nerves that run, well, all over, but in the facet joint. And so they go in and they burn it. And it's like instant pain relief, just turns off the receptors. That's it. And let's put some ribbon on the back of this one too. Thanks, Pam. I do rock a child-size mask. The woman at the intake desk at the Jim Patterson Pain Clinic, which is where I have it done, she's like, and I said, like, do I need to wear this mask? And she's like, well, you don't have to. She's like, you don't have to wear that one. And I said, well, I have a small face, and so if I wear a regular adult one, it's too big. It's got huge pockets on the side of my face, so it doesn't, I don't think it does what it's supposed to do, which is, you know, filter air and whatever. Anyways, it was just funny the way she said, she's like, you don't have to wear that one. Yeah. So anyways, it was quick. My doctor is awesome. He's super fast. I think I was in and out of there in 45 minutes. I used to go, when I used to work at the RCMP building in Vancouver, I used to go on my lunch break to have it done. Yeah. So I'm very thankful for being able to have that done. Yeah. So that's what was going on Friday, or Wednesday. So I'll go again in October. All right, we're almost done. What do you think of the Avid card? Give me a thumbs up or a heart. Don't forget to follow and like my page if you wish. I think I'm gonna go, where will I put you? Maybe here? Just don't want it to go too far off to the side. Maybe up here. Yep, that's where you're gonna go. Okay, so I have a situation here. I'm gonna show you how to fix it. These are popped up and this is not popped up, so I need to have a little bit of extra oomph back there. So I'm gonna take another dimensional. I'm gonna take off the other side. And we're going to do a little surgery. So I'm gonna go back here. That's pretty good. It could actually use a second one. So you'll notice I didn't push down super hard because I'm not fully committed. I want to see where it is. Come here, you. There we go. So I'm gonna stack this. Doesn't have to be exact. Does have to be down low enough though, Tanya. Yep, perfect. So now it's the same level. It doesn't look kind of funky. Okay, thanks, Wendy. I like all three too. Okay, so let's add our bling. Whoops. Whoops. I think as I've been working here, Lance, I think, is almost finished breakfast. So that's a win for me. Where do I put you? How about right there? Okay. So that's that. So I might see some of you down at the kit together. And I appreciate you joining me for Saturday morning crafting. So there's our beginner. Okay, if you want these to trail a bit better, you want to, so I have a glue dot here. So you could pull like that to just force it. or you could actually put a glue dot underneath these. I mean, be careful because you want to roll your glue dot, but if it bothers you, then you can certainly train it. Okay, so there's beginner. So we have casual, and then we have avid. What do you think? Thumbs up? You dig it? Do you love them? Do you make Valentine's? Do you guys make Valentine's Day cards? Or projects? Card makers. I want this white one to sit. So that's that. Add some Wink Estella, I think would be lovely. You can also, of course, stamp on the inside of your card, decorate your envelope. I won't keep you because we're already at 9:30. And that's that. Thanks for hanging out today. Whoops, I'm too far up. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. I so appreciate you participating, commenting, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye for now.